Hi, I'm Kevin,
And I'm Amanda.
and we are serving up
All that jam.
All That Jam, Quick Hit. Matt Rifino on Building Trust.
I would imagine that there's just a lot of trust that has to be in place between what they do and then what you're doing for them, to really get achieve what you're talking
The
about.
trust thing takes way more time than the technical stuff. There's engineers that are worse than me that probably have more clients because they're a better hang and vice versa. You gel with some people and some people you don't. And, sometimes when I'm working with a new artist or even like kind of courting a new artist, if you will, like it could be months or a year or 2 years from the time we first talk to the time we make any music together. And that's like just a buildup of trust that's getting to know like their taste and my taste and being able to have conversations that, when an artist is writing a song or playing in a band, like it's taken so much for them to get there to even have the conversation with me. They gotta, like, learn an instrument. They gotta find guys to play in a band with. They gotta write songs. They gotta get good. They gotta play on tour. I'm, like, so far down the line that they've already pre-baked in a lot of their thought process, their ideas, and I need to sort of work into that atmosphere and figure out, like, what's my role. And sometimes the role is, like, you're more of the father figure, and other times the role is you're, like, sitting back and doing nothing, and that's just as good. It's sort of picking and choosing where you have to be, when you have to be it, and how you need to be it for to help these guys create their thing
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and not worry and not, like just to encourage them to get the best thing it is, whether it's hard or not or easy.
What would be maybe not the name of a specific person or artist, but what kind of artist do you really like to work with? In terms of just the creative ways or process that they kind of bring. Is there a certain, like you're saying, that relationship like that really makes it something that you're going to be into?
Like when you can have that sort of thing where, separate from the music, if you're friends, or if you're friendly and the environment just feels good. And it's like you get up in the morning and you want to go to the studio and see those people every day. That's like, this is my job, but it's like what I love to do. So I want to do it with people that enjoy it, that give a good vibe. Um, so that's kind of a big part of it from that aspect. Musically, there's not a style, there's not an instrument, there's not a thing. It's just, is the song good or not? Does it make me feel something? It doesn't have to be hi-fi or lo-fi or fast or slow or this or that. It's just like, does the song speak to me? Does it make me feel something? Can I get in the car and hear that and it makes me think about something in my life? Or I feel like, I don't know what they really wrote that about, but to me, they wrote it about this and going on in my life. That's when you can get close with artists like that can do that sort of thing. That's the best. I mean, that's like, just the energy, not it's not even the energy, the emotion of how they're doing it. And if that song speaks to you, and I honestly, working on the Today Show, I don't pick the artists there that I work with. I'm just like, hey, this person's on the show next week and here's the info. So it's like, in a way, like as much as I love mixing music and I'll mix music wherever, if you have music, I'll mix it. But it's different than when you like are really into the music and it's a passion, that's the fulfilling stuff. Sometimes you got to do the stuff that pays the bills to do the stuff that is the passion.
What are some things that you've done that you're just like super stoked on, even like after the fact?
God, there's been like so many. There's been so many little times of, like even records that are not like necessarily big records that you've heard of, just like things that meant a lot to me. Getting to work with the people. Anytime that someone trusts me with their music, it's just a big responsibility. So I take it pretty seriously, and I just want to deliver, like I'm always worried that they're not going to like it. So I'm always just trying to give them my best and make them, like I just recently, actually yesterday, sent some stuff off to the Spafford guys who I work with a lot. And the Brian's comment back on the first mix, well, I don't know if I could say this, but was holy shit exclamation mark. So it's like I was having fun just like at a concert, jamming out to their stuff as I'm working on it. For me, that's like the fun, they're trusting me to do this stuff. And to know that they're so thrilled with my work, those are the moments, or it could be like I've been working with this really cool jazz guitar player, Ari Joshua. And you should check him out on Instagram. He's really got some cool stuff. And we did a remote session the other day and just doing stuff, creating different things with the mix where he's like, yeah, like that, just when you have those moments, that's what I live for. And it's not a technical thing. The technical stuff is like all the stuff you learn when you're younger in the background that you can then like lock in a box and put in the back of your mind and just do it and feel the music part of it, and to be able to communicate that way with, like, to me, no musician cares. Like, what am I going to say? Like, I use this equalizer on your snare drum, and, like, they want to hear the song, and does their song feel like how they wrote it and how they play it in a room? If it's a live thing, does it sound like my thing is, does it sound like you're in the audience standing in the center of the theater or the hall or the arena, and you're feeling the sound bounce from the back of the room and off your head and off the sides, and like, I don't know, is the vocal a little distorted? Is the PA breaking up a little bit? Is the like, did someone spill a beer? Like, I want you to have that sort of feeling when you're in it.
Yeah.
And I want the artist to feel like, okay, so that's what it feels like when they're down on the floor looking up. Like, when I hear that, that's us. That's the representation of what we're sending out to our fans. And then, they don't really hear it that way sometimes. They don't hear it from as the fans' perspective. They hear us giving it back to them. But it's like, hey, guys, here's what my representation would be of how you sounded that night.
If you are enjoying All That Jam, please like and subscribe to our social media channels at All That Jam Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or visit our website, allthatjampod.com. Make sure to sign up for our email list and tune in every week for new episodes.
Also, look for full interviews on our YouTube channel. And remember, stay beautiful, but don't stay underground too long.